Battle control initialized.
Hey people, 5 Aces here. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Thunderdome, where 2 men enter, 1 man leaves, presumably limping. Well, sometimes draws can occur, and so 2 players might walk away limping, but that's besides the point. My point is to introduce our combatant spawning in the northwest. As the Ukraine, it is gonna be Punsho. And his highly decorated opponent in RHL Week 6, I believe, is Mr. Orb, Vice Champion of Season 6. Let's see how this turns out. This is gonna be awesome. Best of 2, as always. All rules are off. Debug mode on, obviously. No. Right, this is Lacetown, a map that has been more controversial than I thought, because it's got the 2 wells in the middle, and there's usually a highly contested area here. And people such as Ganon claim that whoever gets their first wins. It's like Battery Hills 2.0. I tend to disagree. Oh no. Oh, dog advantage here. Nice little dog advantage for Punsho, just securing the early game for himself by just rally pointing 1 cell farther to the north. But he's gonna quickly lose that edge if he keeps on rallying more to the south. Anyway, that's gonna dissuade Orb from attacking Ori. So despite him having a 10 stack out, he right now can't engage because he knows about the dog, Punsho. Punsho the man, the legend, the one with the Siberian Husky. Making it work. Alrighty, there's gonna be a counter Husky again out here for Orb, just for extra line of sight. And it hasn't been revealed by Punsho just yet. Might come in with a flank. He's feeling very confident in his abilities, but there is the auto fire. Ooh, this is, yeah! Dog down again, that's exactly what I feared. And just like that, line of sight bonus is in the hands of Punsho again. The ball is in Punsho's court, and he can slightly start inching his way forward. This requires such delicate micro because the attack dog needs to be on a cell-by-cell basis. Not only that, it also needs to be put on hold fire, lest it just throws itself at enemy units. Yep, just like that. 1 cell too much micro, or 1 cell too much leniency. Give the dog a leash too long, and it's gonna just run out on the battlefield. Okay. Ooh, that's so close, the engineer. Almost getting taken out here. Almost a revenge kill out for Orb, who, by the way, has skipped an engineer so far. Has not opted investing into this strategy just yet. Still waiting for his APC to come online, I'd wager. And now, there is no line of sight advantage for either one, so it's whoever, it's basically the inverse of chess. It is like chess. Get there first, you hold the position. Move in, you lose. Smart by Orb, incorporating Grenadiers in his mix right there. That's gonna force down the oil derricks really quickly, so that nets about 2 minutes of runtime for the derricks. It's about even. You invested into an engineer, invested into some build time, but you got some money's worth out of it. So, at the end of the day, I'd say that's kind of okay for Punsho, who is now invested in the flak truck as well. That's his first light vehicle. And Orb not to follow up with the light vehicle just yet, wants the extra econ boost. That is gonna net Punsho a little field advantage despite the 2 oil derricks being taken out. So, Lacetown, the middle just became a no man's land. I kinda like the map, it reminds me of Snakes and Ladders. Only difference being that the only point of contention is in the middle. That was a bit of a risky rally there. The micro needs to be so delicate. Also, keep in mind, those 2 tiles are blocking pathing for all units. That is super annoying, so you'd think that the middle is relatively open, but it isn't. Especially on this side, there's only a 1 tile gap. Yep, just enough for a flak truck to squeeze to. Squeeze through, excuse me. And flak v flak. Yeah, that's Punsho getting his flak card revoked. And now that just happens so quickly. If you go in a flak versus flak duel, it's like both have the same speed, both have the same turn speed. Whoever has more health wins. Veterancy usually plays into this, but didn't factor in right there. What is this? Aggressive harvest? Nope. Rally point failed from Orb. As not usually something we see from him. Also a nice little eco advantage early on from Punsho. 5 war trucks out already. By the way, someone has asked me why I am habitually clicking on everything. That is an RTS gamer habit. That is hard to impossible to stop. Nigh impossible. And I will continue doing so until the day when I am too old and arthritic to play video games anymore. Because highlighting stuff is how you win games in RTS in general. I love what Orb is doing here, just incorporating two spotters. Those rifles are basically an anti... speaking of hijackers, speak of the devil. That's an anti-hijacker tool, and guess what Punsho is just heavily invested into? That's just the cost of an engineer, that's 500. Interesting balance discussion about the hijacker. It's super strong right now, and someone has suggested moving it to radar tech, which would bring it in line with the allied special units, or with the allied special infantry with the spy, which is also on radar tech. Because, yeah, it kind of... hijackers, or thieves as they're called now. Oh, one of them running into the rifles immediately. Right now, you basically get the tech for free. You don't need to invest into the tech, because service depot is a tech you go for anyway. Oh man, that was unlucky timing. That was a nice attempt, but 1k down the drain by Punsho, who is now opted to invest into lots of rockets. That's a really rocket-dense mix, but so far not a single heavy tank out for Orb. He's just preferred setting his eco up first. That's 6 O-trucks, plus an MCV. Oh my goodness, is the hijacker... Ooh, the great MCV heist? Nope, not gonna happen just yet. He didn't spot it yet. Oh, Tesla Quill, denied. There's now gonna be a little bit of a base war, tug of war going on. And Orb is opting to deploy really aggressively, probably knowing he's got the field advantage with his infantry cluster. But the infantry cluster needs to get into position. First heavy tank now finally out. He can finally start the pushback. Where's the infantry production for Punsho rallied currently? He invested so much. Those thieves are by Orb. Let's see whether those can get the job done. There's only one lonely spotter rifle. I think that's gonna be a free O truck. Yes, sir. Thank you. Oh, what about the other one? No. He didn't even micro that, by the way. That was just the O truck. Oh, he's trying to intercept it. He's trying to steal it back. That's an eye for an eye, an O-truck for an O-truck. The good old biblical saying. As we all know. Mosey's crossing. Oh, that's so smart. That's so smart. Using the stolen O-truck as a tank as well in this engagement. That is brilliant play. Yeah, we all know the good old classic biblical stories like Moses splitting the Red Sea with a weather control device. That was pretty awesome play. Aha! Stellar play, if I say so myself. One for the playbooks of history. Alright, Tesla Coil versus Tesla Coil, and they're out of range of each other, so for the time being, there's Punsho with the ore advantage, but he can't really rally his forces in because being cut off there. So, he has got a temporary meat shield and a temporary advantage, which he's trying to milk as long as he can until the ore truck probably needs to go down to venture to greener pastures. Tesla Coil versus Tesla Coil, power down. Bit of an unlucky situation, but immediate cell order and unpower order. O-truck for an O-truck. There we go. A second O-truck might also get zapped on the way out. Yep, that's it. That's 2 O-trucks down for Orb. Still a good trade for Punsho, but now Orb is able to reclaim this. And there is a medium-sized army on its way towards a main base. Is gonna get revealed by yet another brave harvester. Those guys are not only working overtime, but putting their lives at stake for Orb's economy in order to make Russia's economy strong. Yeah, that's right. Oh, yeah, faction choices. That is Russia indeed for Orb. That was completely coincidental. I was just thinking about the SU. But hey, such is the way of things sometimes. And War Factory probably being taken out. No, he's focusing on the army for the time being. It's a smarter call in my opinion. He's just able to trade it off. And Orb is just face-planting flame towers. Someone has brought this up recently. Flame towers are kind of underperforming in a push scenario because their deploy animation, or which means that the animation that they put up when they come online takes 3 times as long as that of other defensive structures, which is a really interesting quirk that I had no idea about, but it kind of makes sense. Got another O-truck on the way out, trying to split his tanks off here was Punsho. And this tank immediately going for the flank again. That's super smart. He just knows there has been a lot of flame towers pulled. There is no static D for the time being, so he's just sending his tank back into the lines, seeing whether he can find an easy snipe here. And at the same time applying pressure on the other flank. One more O-truck down. Let's see. O-truck count. 2, 4 O-trucks for Orb. That's really rough. Man, and there's this ore patch being camped as well. He's playing so well around the ore patches and the positioning of the base defenses by Orb here. Because you see him never running into range of the Tesla Coils. He's just always positioning himself outside, just outside a range of those. Ooh, this MCV might get flagged by Orb. Let's see, he's definitely got the micro to do this. Radar Dome, that's the big ticket here for Punsho, who is... Honestly, I see him ahead, despite him losing expansion there, excuse me. I see him ahead both tech-wise, and he didn't have to invest into so much eco-rebuilding. Plus the V2 is just gonna be a godsend. Okay, so this MCV deploying safely. There's no way in hell that the flak truck is gonna do anything of value here. And just like that, the pressure onto the only war factory is starting again. There is a pincer maneuver from 2 armies. And this one, just denied the eco. There's still a refinery staying. That might come into play later. But let's see. Oh, nice. That was a 3-stack of rockets. Plus a little rifle as a side dish. The main garnish. Orb has to pull the ore trucks. That is already really costly for me. Good hustle with the V2. Is now in range of the... yeah, sometimes it just takes too much multitasking to micro like 4 or 5 hotkey control groups at once. This force here is still here as well. Oh my goodness, is he going to lose another war truck? No, okay. Orb was luckily just placing a building there, so he's aware of the situation at hand. Man, that's so brutal. Orb has been taking a pummeling so far. It's down to 5 ore trucks, and his patch is being camped again. And in the meantime, conversely, Punsho has just been able to set up shop all across the map. He's pretty much been left uncontested on his big ore patch, and that's like the big juicy one that yields you the most over the mid-game. Just really aggressive maneuvers and really playing well around the base defenses so far. Those tank flanks are so annoying because the infantry can never catch up to them, no matter how hard they try. Like, buddy, keep running. Put me into running shoes. No, unfortunately, no new shoes upgrade for the... unlike for the workers of the GLA. The Russians don't get new shoes. That would be a sick upgrade. I would so purchase that. I'd purchase the shit out of... Ooh, one more volley. Ore truck not going down. Alright. Punsho not... Well, it's super hard to spot when... that's so random, just... one salvo to finish off an ore truck. When his attention was probably on the bottom side. Oh, the hijacker. He was not on attack move. That was lucky. He could have stolen a tank there. There is a massive push, like, only infantry though. This is gonna be tackling down the war factory. But at a premium. This is gonna cost him so much. Or probably not even satisfied with that trade. Yes, he has stalled war factory production for a time. But he's lost an army that's easily worth, like, 4k, I'd say? Yeah, with... the flags flacking that down as well. Alright, this video has been flagged for offensive content. I'm sorry, had to do it. There is now T2 out for Orb as well, and he's got the Yak advantage this time around. A couple flak trucks over here. I don't know. Punsho is on tier 3 though. Oh, if Orb waits too long, this is just gonna play in Punsho's favor. The longer this draws out, the more it gets into Punsho's favor, because he's eventually going to be able to get out an Iron Curtain. He's going to be able to take to Mammoths, and Mammoths are right now the kingmakers in any engagement across OpenRA modes. Be it TD, be it RA, Mammoth tanks are the kings on the field. Used to not be the case. Oh, okay, this Yak could easily snipe, like, that would be a 2-strafe. Would be a strafe on 2 V2s? No. Deciding against it, deciding to retain his scout. Just goes to show how valuable one single Yak is. 2 are also good, because with 2 you can snipe an MCV if it's undeployed. Oh, force is overwhelming, and there is a V2. The counter V2s from Orb need to be so good, they need to be hit the dead center of mass right now. Is he targeting them? Not really. He's targeting the rifles in the backline. He's force firing, yes, but the force fire is really poor. Also not kiting back. That is a death sentence for Orb here. He's gonna lose this expansion. Man, as much as his micro is usually really good, but that was pretty mediocre. He should have kited back. He had a real shot of doing some, inflicting some real damage with the V2s there. But, oh, instead he's gonna lose 1, 2... Man, heavy tanks just shred harvesters. 3 ore trucks down. 4th ore truck falling prey. Yikers! The 5th ore truck as well to boot. My goodness, that's gonna be the entire expansion economy. Yeah, that's the 5th ore truck down. Mammoth tank here. I don't think you can stop the Rolling Thunder. I can hear the bells in the distance. The bells of doom are ringing for Orb in this game. Game 1 at least. You can flag that all you want, but Yeah, you can't flag the mammoth tank to death. Ain't gonna happen, buddy. And just like that, Punsho... Oh! The hijacker of destiny is trying. There was an attempt. There was an attempt. There's another hijacker. Not camouflaged just yet. You can leave them as kind of a camouflaged landmine, but that... Oh, he's going deep. No more rifle. Oh. Well, one of the mammoths got stolen. He could have stolen the heavies as well. That's actually going to win him the engagement, isn't it? Wow. Those hijackers have been awesome. That was sick play here. Getting the heavy on the way out as well. If the other hijacker had survived for just one and a half second longer, this would have meant 2-3 tanks for Orb. Yeah. Yak is here. He's gonna be able to stop those shenanigans. Dead in their tracks. Ooh, another hijacker for Orb. He needs them. He needs to bolster his eco ranks so much, and this time there's only a civilian guarding this, and it's even a neutral civilian, so yeah. Thanks for the old truck, buddy. Peace. But the great tank heist. Is it gonna be able to turn the tide? I don't know. Game 1 is looking kind of bleak. Punsho is now reestablishing his secondary base. He's also gotten some more mining down there. Like that was something that I didn't even comment on, but this ore refinery was left up. And so Punsho was just able to relegate some ore trucks there once the ruckus had died down or once the riots had stopped. Ooh, he can steal some. Is there a float? No, not at all. Not at all. So this is completely pointless. Even if Orb gets the thief into the refinery, it's just gonna net him a refund. Just gonna net him a refund on the 500 from the thief. Man, this rifle is gonna be decorated as fuck. This is gonna be a general in no time. This guy is gonna be the right hand of Stalin at some point. Parabombs whiffing as is usually the case. Let's be oh! No right hand of Stalin anymore. And just like that, well, it's not looking too bad for his econ anymore, but 2 mammoths, a heavy plus infantry guarding the rear. This is looking like a concentrated cluster of units to me if I've ever seen one. What is Orb gonna do to stop this? He's got his own mammoth, that's like his saving grace. He can poke away at the infantry. Man, this is a dynamic game, just gotta say. Gotta hand it to the man. Punsho is reestablishing. Orb's only shot would be going for this base now. He needs a base here. The paradrop is tackling the service depot. Oh no, that's gonna be a tech snipe. There is no SAM site up just yet. Oh no. And what are the Yaks doing? They could have easily killed the paradrop there. I don't know what it was up to. Plus now selling the radar so early was a bit of a mistake in my opinion from Orb. Because he could have just wasted the ammo of the Yaks until it was very low. Okay, there's a nuke out. You know that Masters games are usually over by the time the nuke's out, and it's already been running for 3 minutes. Sorry for missing that, but it's black on black. Ah, the interface. I've got to be honest with you. I hate Ganon's and Punsho's color scheme because it's pitch black. You can never discern it against the background. Oh, this is such a concentrated cluster. So many Yaks. So many rockets. Too many rockets for the Yaks to engage. What is he gonna do there? Trying to snipe down Curtain? Yeah. No, the tech's there. The hell? I'd say the Curtain was a better call. Yeah, losing his stolen mammoth tank, that's probably... Yeah, that's it. That's the big ticket here for Punsho, the newcomer defeating the vice champion of Season 6. This is awesome. This is something we would have never seen coming, man. Alright. So there's gonna be... I'm hyped for game 2. See you in a second.
Battle control terminated. Battle control initialized.
There shall be light. I turned on my backlights because it was starting to get really dark in my room. With that out of the way. Yeah, he was giving quelle surprise. Punsho was giving Orb a really hard time in game 1 and he didn't recover from that early loss. And let's see how it's gonna fare in game 2. Factions have been switched around a bit. Punsho spawning in the southeast as France. And France has been a victim, well, not so much a victim as a winner of the tech switch that happened mid-patch between the previous couple patches. So now France has the phase transport and Britain has absolutely nothing, unfortunately. So we're hoping to improve Britain in the future, just like in real life. Kappa. Okay, and Orb. Oh, this is an allies mirror. Orb is Brits. That's kind of How weirdly unpatriotic of him for an American. Picking the Brits is a capital offense, by the way, just in case you're wondering. The map here is Shard's map in question, and this one is weird because it's a 4-player map that is in the RHL pool regardless. And I think the way it needs to be played is with random spawns. Or with cross spawns, I'm not entirely sure. So don't quote me on that one. I haven't been actively following RHL as much as I could because, yeah, real life doesn't leave me too much time nowadays to play. Just getting my couple of games on stream, and that's about it for the week. So, Allies Mirror. They haven't changed all that much. There's Adi spam, there's Heinz spam, and there is lots and lots of static D because Allied armies notoriously struggling with keeping up with anti-air. Mobile anti-air, that is. That's why the anti-air gun, conversely, is really broken. And some people don't really see this, especially team game players, where every single game is played until tier 3, and not a single engagement, not a single bullet is fired until everyone has their GPS out. But in actual 1v1 games, Allies are in a weird spot, because the anti-air gun needs to be overpowered in order to perform properly against air units that usually Allies have no recourse to, because they're simply not good with the mobile anti-air. But anyway, I digress. I digest. Yeah, I'm also digesting some good old lamb chop burgers now. Okay, that's a weird opener. Yeah, Orb went for the scaling, and he went for an early ranger. So he didn't build any infantry because he knows that literally the chances of being rushed on this map are literally 0%. You not only have to scout where your opponent is, but you also need to get there because that's hell of a distance to cover. So going for this was completely safe. I just wonder, maybe he didn't need the ranger. Maybe he could have gone for just hard eco scaling. Maybe even a rack skip would have been okay on this map. And just like that, Punsho is going to be left with a 2 harvester economy at minute 3 versus 4 versus 5. It's 3 versus 5 now, but my point still stands. This is just not what you want. So my point still stands that this is a really not suitable build for this map. Double ref is the go-to, but not on every map. Don't just blindly play it because every RHL player plays it. I don't see the point here. But kind of a risky build here from Orb as well, is going for super early rockets. I don't think anyone is going to suspect... Oh, speaking of risks. Alright, I eat my words. This is going to be a Thunderdome rush, because I was expecting this to be a long drawn-out macro game, but Orb has different plans. Orb's going ham here. Also going for light tanks. I remember this build. This is kind of a blackened build. Or Orb did it in his early days as well. That's smart though. This comp center is going to be such a valuable asset. This is going to prove so useful with the line of sight bonus. So he's almost going to be in range of being able to see the ore patches. Just not quite. Just about there, yeah. Yeah, but it's still going to be super useful because he's going to know when he's being flanked. And Orb needs to play zone defense. He knows that something's up. Out comes his first hind. He's going to reveal it though. Man, that's so many rockets in the early game. One rocket down, 2 down. That's kind of poor play. Oh, lucky by Orb. That was kind of poor play. He should have targeted the rockets first. He just went for the rifles. Kind of questionable play. And the ballsy engineer, knowing that the enemy has got a hind out. Yeah. The light tank as well, just not coming in handy just yet. Don't worry, buddy. Your hour will come eventually. I promise. Maybe. I don't promise. Okay. Well, his hour has come and gone. Proven by a little wreckage there, burning on the ground, little burning husk. Poor little light tank. He got lured in by false promises. Light tank experiencing Brexit the hard way. Alright, so we're seeing the MCV moving out, so we went for double tech. Kind of risky, because if you run dry on eco before the main game, or if your main mines expire before your opponent gets a massive army into your face, you are absolutely boned. If your opponent goes for a straight up base push against this, there is nothing you can do. The Hinds are just going to provide line of sight in case of a base push, but they're never going to be able to do anything else. And this build is super expensive to maintain, plus the Hinds that has to be taken into consideration as well. Oh, wow, Punsho got the old Derek. That needs to be taken into consideration as well. The time it takes for the Hinds to rearm. Even if they manage to get some snipes in, it's still going to take them roughly, what, 25 seconds to rearm? Nah, 20 maybe. And there's only one helipad, so that's 20 seconds per helipad. Yeah, that's kind of brutal. What is he going to snipe here? And also, there's a rated amount for Punsho. Does he have an anti-air gun queued up? He should. He should not have a pillbox queued up. He should have an anti-air gun at that stage, because there's basically critical mass of Hinds. This can kill any building short of a war factory or a con yard. Or a defensive structure. These defensive structures have bunker, they have different armor types. They don't have wood armor. Not the most elegant micro here from Orb, if we're being honest. That's what we here in the industry call the good old day move. Now he's at least drawing the fire. But Punsho smartly pressing the S key. So, not a good trade for Orb. But he's got an expansion out, so he's gonna be okay. This expansion not protected by any armor. There's a ranger. But this is his big ticket. He's gotten his backline expansion, or his backline eco out. And if Punsho doesn't catch on to this, it's gonna be really hard to do anything about it. This is just so much free ore that Orb is soaking up right there. There is artilleries. Now, here's the problem. Artilleries are good, not on those big maps. You can neither rotate them properly, nor can you really leave them out in the open ever, period. So, the allies, the arties are basically dead assets unless you're going for the defense or for a base push. But as it is here, they're either sitting ducks when they're out in the open, or they're just on zone defense as they are here. So they're not doing anything of value when your opponent is just going out of his way to scale up, just like Orb is doing. Yeah, it's got 3 corners of the map. I don't know how Punsho is going to be able to reclaim these. It's going for the middle now, but this is a really small ore patch. This is a small amount of ore to soak up. Yeah, especially against Hinds. Wow, that was not an anti-air gun range. This tech center immediately revealed. So Punsho is going for, I guess, a phase transport. Yeah, phase transport I can see. Okay, no way of engaging here, by the way. As soon as there's a line of sight bonus, the red eyes of the rocket soldiers are immediately going to one tab behind. That's just not how this works. So there's one big army out for Punsho, and he's gotten longbows. But yeah, it's weird because Orb has kind of stopped Hind production. He's not really in that much of a hurry to get much Hind mass out. Instead, he's just going for a mass army. There is one single artillery. Can it hold the line? At least until reinforcements arrive. And that's what I was talking about with the artillery. Well, if Punsho were to move in, he could easily take it out with a longbow. He's not doing it right now. What are those tanks focusing on? The hell? Why is he doing this? He could have had that so much cheaper. Oh, there's a spy. Orb spy. Yeah, he's going into the barracks. That's so much value. 10% on everything. 10% for everyone! So this is basically just a distraction for him to get better and C1 on every single unit. Oh, what a hit though. What a massive hit indeed. The other side of the map, this is going to be a long drawn out eco and macro game. It's in the coffee. Yeah. It's written in the coffee there. Man. Yeah, and Orb is stuck on tier 2, but no, he's on tier 3 himself. Obviously doesn't have a phase transport to back it up. He's just Brits after all. Brexit has really left them in a rough state. Brexit has taken away their technology. They've still got the chronosphere, so maybe he can go back into past times when the Empire was still a thing and days of former glory. Where's Tanya? Okay, that's Orb's Tanya. It's going to be really nice for dislodging, and there's only longbows. That's not the proper choice to take versus a Tanya. Overkill! Oh, he can't even kill her there. Tanya, MVP. And against longbows, I don't like longbows against allies at all, because they can super easily counter them with radar jammers. Counter Tanya. There we go. Copycat Tanya. It's probably just a spy with a wig. Yeah, this is... Oh my goodness, he's taking the third expansion for himself. Orb has just got this map on lockdown. I'm wondering why he's focusing on the ore truck there. He could have easily sniped the Kanyard. It's a better target in my opinion. My goodness, he got Vet 1 on tank production as well. Yeah, it's not looking too good. This one big army needs to drive a wedge into the forces. He needs to immediately kill the expansion there, lest he's toast. Oh no, the Texer is gonna fall. Probably, no, not to friendly fire, but to the tanks. Okay, I can smell a 1-1 incoming. This is not looking too good for him anymore. Punsho in game 2 just not opting for the proper build. There's Tanya now. Tanya plus 1,000,000 rocket soldiers. Oh no, is this gonna be enough to kill the Kanyard as well? Oh! That was a Chronosphere. Wow, Orb just went for the Chrono Crushes again. That was so good. Soaking up the fire with his mediums there, so Tanya could engage safely. That was a nice hold. Nice hold on Orb's side. As soon as he takes up the Chronosphere, he's a scary opponent, because Chronosphere does have an impact. When your opponent doesn't have one, it just isn't good compared to the IC. The IC just is an immediate free engagement win. Well, Punsho, good news is Punsho has some ore trucks to spare. So he's now on 4 ore trucks. Yikes. 4 ore trucks over 3, 5, 9. And those 9 are mining fully. I've seen the blue circle. You know what the blue circle means. There's a radar jammer. It's being guarded by a mechanic and a medic. Yeah, just to erect the satellite dish again if it goes limp. If you know what I'm saying. That's the base down. Longbows are on the chase, but it doesn't really matter. Yeah, longbows are just the same speed as Heinz. It doesn't really give you anything on any chasing potential. And with those huge armies, you need such long times to rotate. Orb has gotten his army into a stellar position, and now the radar jammer is going to the front lines. I know exactly what this means. Flying rockets. That's a big flying fuck you to all rocket-based weaponry. Yep, that's right. Tanya goes down. Mobile radar jammer putting a big dent into the rocket blob there. Man, this MRJ has really had some impact. Basically dispersing all of the rockets evenly. GG being called. Oh my lord. By the way, I was about to live cast this match, but then my own opponent came online. So that was... I think I was even there in spectators for game 1 for a brief moment, and then I disconnected. But I found the replays regardless. Yeah, that's just more better tactical play for Orb. It was not about the micro in this game. This was a big macro battle, and it was basically won at minute 2 when Orb decided to go for a war factory and go for the big scaling. And at minute 4 or something, Punsho had 2 ore trucks out. He went for his double ref build, which is good on small maps because it applies pressure. But if it doesn't apply any pressure, then your opponent is just gonna be ahead in eco. That's exactly what happened here. It was ahead in eco, ahead in tech. He got his Heinz out before there was an expansion for Punsho. So yeah, good tactical play in game 2 and a nice comeback from Orb that's gonna leave him with a 1-1. And I think both of them are now in the higher ranks. Both of them are definitely qualified for a playoff spot at the time of this video being uploaded. Together with ZX Ganon and who else? Not sure. Happy, I think. If Happy manages to pull through for one season, he might actually get a good position. Let's see. Alright, that was an awesome series of games. The Thunderdome is being left by 2 opponents, heavily limping, as I had expected in the beginning. But yeah, draw. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time. 5 Aces, out.
Battle control terminated.